Hey, how you doing, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of God Concept Podcast on what turns out to be a glorious fucking day. I mean, you can't beat the day. The day is just unfucking beatable. You know what I mean? Um, I'm just gonna learn how to stop being such of a fucking bag man. You know what I mean? I'm always toting a bag around. You know what I mean? This and that. Because I need so much things. It's not like I got, a set stable space. You know what I mean? I do, but you know what I mean? It just, you know, you always need things with you. So I gotta get another arrangement for my bag situation. Not to mention my pocket situation. My pocket organizers and my belt and everything is just getting stifling. You know what I mean? It's getting heavy to the point where, you know what I mean? I don't know. I digress. Anyway, my name is Mr. Pagan. This is God Concept Podcast. How you doing? Welcome back today. Um, Today is just me getting back to me, man. Once again, you know, you're supposed to really have your me time once a day if you can. But it's hard when you're around so many, you know what I mean, different personalities and people that you love, you know what I mean, people that you love to see, you know what I mean, new characters in your life, new personalities, and you interacting with them, and you know what I mean. You got to really, you know what I mean, pull yourself back from that. You know what I mean, because you might find, you know, find yourself not really just enjoying your own time in your own space and having your own time in your own space. Somebody always controlling your time or your space. And that's what I realized. That's a lot of times that's what's going on in our immediate environment. You know what I mean? We just don't have enough time and space to ourselves to enjoy ourselves or to leisure to do the things that we want to do, in our daily lives. You know what I mean? A lot of us, we have plans to do things in our daily lives and we never get around to doing them because we're too, you know what I mean, too busy doing something else, something that somebody else wants us to do. You know what I mean? It's always good to have something to do. I appreciate, you know, um, things to do. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you got to make time for the things that you need to do, not just want to do the things that you need to do. Out of necessity, you have to. You know what I mean? Because nobody's going to give you that time, and sometimes it's going to pay. You know what I mean? Just slicing out a piece of your day for you, a portion of you of your day for you, may cost you a bit. You know what I mean? That may be a time where somebody wants you to do something. Now, you know what I mean? You done set a time for yourself for 5 in the morning to about 6 in the morning. Now somebody want to give you a job or an odd job to do something, between those hours. Now you kind of lose or it cuts into your personal time, but you can't allow that. You have to try not to allow that. It's a struggle. It's a challenge. You know what I mean? I've been, you know, yeah, man. You know, I've come to a very harsh reality, one that I've been came to, but one that I wrestle with it because I'm a people person, right? I admit I'm a people person. I love people, right? But I realize that a lot of the turmoil that come about in our life, I mean, the good too, but also a lot of the bullshit that comes to us in life is connected to people, you know what I mean? To our social circles, to our relationships and our bonds and our developing relationships with people, you know, because there's no understanding there. There's no real understanding. So there's no real respect there with new people that you meet. And I talked about this previously. You know what I mean? You have to have understanding of a person in order to have respect, right? But how are you supposed to have an understanding to me when when you're trying to read me. You can't read me. You know, nobody could read anybody. You have to observe. Because on a daily basis, a person changes. Person changes from, some people are in the morning. For example, if you observe a person in the morning, right? Most people say they're a morning person or they're not a morning person. Most people on the fence about this morning situation, right? But if you observe a person in the morning, they tell you exactly who they are. Because when they wake up, they're either going to wake up happy or they're going to wake up grumpy or they're going to wake up neutral. You know what I mean? Somewhere in between. Me, I wake up confused. I don't know what the fuck. I'm not mad though. I said happy, confused, because I'm like, all right, what I'm gonna do? And that's just because I'm still building the foundation of everything I'm doing for the future. I'm building that foundation. So I'm kind of confused when I wake up in the morning, like, all right, time to get the motor running. All right, what y'all want to do first? Do I got to do this? Do I got to go to the bathroom right now? Should I get my slippers? You know what I mean? I'm kind of like, you know what I mean? Waking up in this reality. You know what I mean? When I go to sleep, it's like a break from this reality, and then I gotta wake back up in this reality and just continue life. You know what I mean? And it's yeah, you could tell a lot about a person by how they wake up in the morning. You know what I mean? Just observe a person. Just observe them. They're gonna wake up cranky, angry, this, that, and the third. And that goes to tell you people got various mood swings because you never could read a person. Another reason you can't read a person is because people change on a daily, sometimes basis. You know, some people change on a weekly basis. Your whole mindset change every 7 years, and that's science. You know what I mean? That's documented facts. Every 7 years, your whole mentality change because you grow and evolve as a person. But your persona, how you carry yourself, this change. You change all the time. How you carry yourself, your persona, how you may feel today. Something like this. Somebody may have rubbed you the wrong way. I could compartmentalize all that stuff and really not get like, okay, if I'm angry at one person, I don't have to give it to anybody else. I know how to focus my anger on one specific target, one specific person. If you piss me off, if Jimmy pissed me off, I'm not gonna be mad at Johnny. This is Jimmy's fault, not Johnny's. So, you know what I mean? I got good at doing that, but a lot of people don't know how to compartmentalize their anger for one person and they lash out on everybody. You know what I mean? It's now it's community anger. You know what I mean? You got a person running up the street just mad at the birds, the dogs, the cats, the rats, the people, the trees, the person delivering the fucking mail. It could be a person trying to give them a free sample or something, and they just angry at that. Give me the fucking sample, bitch. What you mad for? They ain't do nothing to you. Compartmentalize your shit and give it to who it belongs to. And if you can't give it to them, just let it go. Just let it go. Because all that held on resentment, this and that, you know what I mean? Just let it go. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you another obvious thing that I learned that I realized with women, right? Women think they can read men a lot of times. You got people out here who do like I don't know. You got some people who try to read people. You know what I mean? And they think they know men, this and that. I think that we're all diverse. We're all different in a lot of different ways. I've been through a lot of shit, and I'm no place in my life to really be trying to get into a relationship. Even though I love women. You know what I mean? I love women. I love being around them. I love their conversation, talking to them, this and that. But I truly believe this based upon everything that I've been through in my life. Every time I've been hurt or scorned in life, I mean deeply, it's been by a woman. You know, no bullshit. It's always been by a woman. I mean, yeah, men has hurt me and scarred me deeply and shit like that. Yeah, but the deepest pains always came by way of a woman. You know what I mean? And the closer the woman to you, the deeper the pain. So I'm saying that to say, me personally. I'm tired of trying to reach out to other because listen, I'm a man at the end of the day. I'm a man that's not afraid to admit that I love women. I need a woman. I need a woman's touch at times. We all do. We love a woman's touch. I love for a woman to enjoy my touch. You know what I mean? I love massaging and caressing and making a woman feel good and, even speaking good things into them and all of that type of stuff, right? Not on no religious type thing because a lot of, I noticed that too. That shit get, a lot of that shit get weird when you go into a religious space and then it becomes sexual. Oh, that shit is weird and spooky and ignorant to me. And I watch people, people do that type of shit, not entertain it, and I just watch it, and I got my own opinions and thoughts on it. But that shit is weird when that shit go from somewhere religious to sexual, or sexual then religious, and all of this other extra shit. It's weird. Just meet me on a common ground because people are very divisive, especially our women. You know what I mean? Especially our women. I love a woman that can be genuine and be honest with you. And I'm always going to be honest, genuine, and loyal to some extent. To some extent, I gotta stop being that way, but it's hard because you know what I mean. It's hard to really not let a person know how I really feel. Like I'm the type of person I'll sit up there and cry with you in the middle of a conversation. I let you know how passionate I am. I let you know how deep I am and how much I care for myself, for the situation, for you per se, for the world. You know what I mean? And I need a woman. You know what I mean? Every man needs his counterpart, needs a woman. Not just any woman, his counterpart. That's what I'm saying. Because I notice no woman could make me happy. No woman out here can make me happy. My counterpart, they could talk to you in your mind, mentally, subconsciously, however, you have this connection. My counterpart told me. Counterpart meaning soulmate. The yin yang symbol, you one half of that, they're one half of that, that type of shit. Keep up, people. But my other half told me that I'll never be happy with another person, human being, man or woman. And I'm definitely not gonna be with no fucking nigga. But man nor woman, right? I'll never be happy with another man nor woman. I mean, without them. If it's not them, you know? That's some ballsy shit. You know what I mean? But to be honest with you, hmm, I kind of believe it. When I hear that type of shit, I don't let that fly by. I say it out loud. I meditate on that type of thing. I write it down because I pass thoughts too, thoughts and feelings. Because I don't want to live without my counterpart. You know what I mean? Who the fuck want to live separate from somebody that they're supposed to be one with, right? Somebody that they're so fucking in sync with. Who want to live separate from that? And if you can't have that, you try to build that with the woman that you at least compatible with. You might not be your counterpart, soulmate, but you at least compatible with this woman. You know what I mean? You can see you two not really clashing too much, and you two could really just, have a good life together, man. Every man deserves that. Every woman deserves that. You know what I mean? But it's just, we all been through so much. We all been through so much. And going through so much, it either makes us hurt people more or not trust people more. So we don't want to get hurt, so we just keep our distance from people. Or we invite ourselves into people or invite people into us. So this way we could screw them over. Because we figure we've been screwed over by somebody or you've been screwed over by somebody, right? So let's continue this thing. Because hurt people, right? That's the whole thing. Hurt people. And that goes with people out here dating and everything. You know what I mean? And that's sad. Because a person will feel like just because somebody gave them a disease or something, now it's their job to go out and give as many people a disease as possible. You know what I mean? Just because they got stole from, now they got to go and steal as much as possible from people, or just because they've been manipulated in a lot of different ways that now they're going to be that way because they've been taught that lesson. So now they're going to take that and apply it and feel like, all right, if that's what people doing, if that's what society is doing to me, then that's what I'm going to do back to everybody else. But now you're creating a mirror image of that sickness, of that, you know what I mean? That you know what I mean? So just because they did that to you, now you're gonna start doing it to people. Now you got a lot of people hurting people, hurt people, hurt people. Now who can you trust really? You can't even sit down with anybody genuine and just enjoy the day or enjoy the conversation or enjoy this, enjoy that without them asking you for something or trying to control you or manipulate you or try to find out some information about you that they didn't know in some type of shape, way, fashion, or form. It's sad. It's sad that we create the dichotomy that we live in. And they don't mind because it helps their agenda. It helps their agenda. I'm just keeping it strictly as down to earth, as pure as possible. I'm not trying to go here with it. I'm trying to keep it here. I'm trying to keep it real level and even fucking kill. I'm not trying to, shoot off into outer space and the X Files and all that shit, Twilight Zone, weird shit. No, to keep it real even kill. Keeping it even kill showed me a lot of things. You know what I mean? Keeping it down to earth showed me a lot of things. Not just about me, about people, about the environment, about this reality that we live in. You know, I'm me and I'm always be me. And I'm gonna say that, you know, um, I'm in Philadelphia right now. I love Philadelphia. This is my hometown. But I can't get too involved with people in this town. I can't. I would never, through all that I've been going through in this town, you know, not one person reached out to support me or say, hey, you know what I mean, this brother need help, this, that is going on. You know what I mean? The ones who did reach out and help me and support me in that, I appreciate you. Known and unknown, right? And it's very slim, right? As far as I know. The known is very slim. The unknown, I don't know. But, you know, uh, I can't support anybody coming out of it. I can't support, you know what I mean? I'm supporting Philadelphia right now just by being in the city, spending money here and there. But I will not support any of your artists. I won't support no artists coming out of Philly, no no movies, no none of that shit. It's sad. I watch the news because I like to know what's going on. I just want to get my children out of the city. I've been through so much in the city. It's like local terrorism that's been happening to me and my family in the city for a long time. It's like once you learn all this shit, once you figure out all this whole shit, it's really terrorism. I mean, a dictatorship. It's like a hidden veil of dictatorship here in Philadelphia. As far as from what I can see, from what I can tell, what I've discovered. You know what I mean? That's why I'm discovering why a lot of people shit on the city of Philadelphia because of that reason. You got a lot of gatekeepers. You got a lot of great people that should have came out of Philadelphia who wind up getting held back. And that is like that in many of the cities around this fucking United States of America. You got a lot of great people who should have came out these cities. But these cities play so many fucking games with so many people's lives. They hold you back. They play so many games with so many people's lives, and they know that if everybody was to really reach their full potential and become what they supposed to be, then their city would you know I would say it would flourish, but it might possibly diminish. It might tarnish that city because when you put citizens through so much, and then those citizens become people that have money and wealth, right? Fuck the fame. Once you become a person of wealth and you got enough money to find out things that regular motherfuckers can't find out, right? You get previewed to certain information. Uh, and you find out that the city has been stealing from your family for your entire fucking life, for your mother's entire life, that they've been manipulating your grandmother's life, your uncle's life. This happened, that happened. When you realize that type of shit, they owe you money. They owe you a lot. They owe you a lot. They are very indebted to you. They're indebted to the fact that just because you're not spilling the beans, all this shit is a monopoly, man. It's a monopoly, and they play monopoly with people as well. People as well. They steal stories from your family, make movies, and monetize your whole entire fucking life, and you'll never get the chance to do it. And they try to see fit, you don't. They try to see right fit, you don't never get the chance to capitalize on your own fucking life story and what you've been through. But these liberties Tizaville, sweet land Tizaville, whatever, it has a dark, dirty, thinking fucking underbelly to it. I'm proud to be an American. Yeah, go fucking figure. This is home, you know. But just like everybody know, sometimes you gotta clean your fucking house. Sometimes you gotta clean house. Sometimes you gotta call a spade and let somebody know when they wrong. Period. And if I was doing anything wrong and the city was looking into me for anything or whatever the case may be, you should have just, come to me and say I'm wrong. And, hey, you wrong, you did this. You know what I mean? Can we get your side of the deal? Da, da, da. But it's not like that. It's not like that at all. You know, if I did anything wrong to anybody, shit, let me know. I ain't never fucked nobody over, fucked nobody's family over and all that. Never did that to me. Never did that to nobody myself. I can't speak for you know, a lot of people out there. You just gotta really consider the things that you're doing to people. You know what I mean? When you having these petty arguments with your parents, with your mom, with your dad, and you're not listening, you being rebellious, and just stop and think, man, because you're being controlled. Anytime you're acting out of negativity instead of positivity, anytime you're acting out of spite and not love, anytime you're acting out of rage and not mutuosity, and I just made that fucking word up probably. But anytime you're not acting mutual, just, I mean, you're being manipulated, you're being controlled, man. And the control is not visible. It's within you. It's embedded within you. It's up to you to really listen and learn and really understand what you're in control of, man. A lot of times your first mind ain't meant to be followed. Sometimes your first mind just, and you got to use your second mind. Now, let me reason with myself. Hmm, is this the right course of action? Is that the path, you know, most well paved for me to take? Sometimes you have to ask yourself these things, man. I just wish, I just, I just wish, I just wish. It's like Mike Tyson. I just wish on all the moons and the stars out here in the sky. I love Mike Tyson. Don't fuck me up, Mike. I love you. I like your strands of weed and your fucking vapes and, you know what I mean, the little half-bitten air chunks. You take a bite out of crime and shit. It's like, no. But yeah, man, I just been honing my craft. I've been working on, you know, not worrying about the environment around me while I'm trying to create whatever it is I'm trying to create, whether that's music, whether that's this podcast, whether that's writing a book or whatever, just trying not to allow anybody to take me out of my creative space that I'm in for that moment. You know, pick my environments wisely, where I won't be bothered or hindered from doing what I got to do. You know what I mean? It's hard, man. It's hard when you just, looking for somewhere to do this thing that you love to do. And this thing that you love to do could really, boost you to help your family, help your, you know what I mean, whoever you love and help you, you know what I mean? Just, express yourself and articulate, you know what I mean? Different things that you feeling and help others as well. But when you're not afforded those opportunities. That's why, 2025, I'm glad to see how society has grown in a lot of different ways, man. In a lot of different ways. It's more acceptable. It's more. Our environment now will allow people to, be who they want to be. You know what I mean? I think it was a lot of people with hidden hangups, I should say. A lot of people have hidden hangups that you might not know about. You know what I mean? Because I'm not trying to read motherfuckers, right? So a lot of times, a person will just have hidden hangups or agendas, and you not understanding, and you just trying to be normal you, and these motherfuckers acting weird around you, and now they start saying that you acting weird because you noticing they acting weird or some shit. And you like, no, nigga, I'm just being normal. You weird, nigga. Now I see what Jay Z meant by if everybody's crazy, you're the one that's insane. Yeah, that shit goes like that. Cause if you really surrounded by a bunch of crazy motherfuckers, and you really the one that's insane, you'll have them crazy motherfuckers telling everybody that you're the one that's crazy. Or you the one that's insane. You like, no, y'all motherfuckers is off. And they like, no, you off because you not crazy as us, motherfucker. I don't want to be as crazy as you motherfuckers. I'm good just being me, knowing thyself, knowing, you know, Mark Pagan, you know, understanding what I'm here for, man. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to break these generational curses that was placed upon my father and me. I'm not ashamed to admit that, man. I've been trampled a lot in my life. I've been trampled, run amok, bamboozled, led astray a lot of my fucking life, man. I'm just tired of it. One thing I can say about the system, though, I'm gonna give y'all props too. Y'all deserve it. You know what I mean? When they know you're a good person, they allow you to live your life. You know what I mean? Because they could have been had me thrown in jail for so many fucking dumb fucking reasons, or this or that, or anything. They could have had me thrown in jail for a lot of different shit. So I'm gonna give Philadelphia they props on that because they allowed me to stay out here and try to do something for my children and try to create a way, and you know, because they know I'm not a bad person. And that's a crazy that's a fucking, it's a wicked dynamic to me. It's like living on a spinning top. Because on one side of the aspect, you're looking at the law like, hey, you guys were kind of supporting these guys who were trying to fucking make me look like I was a fucking whatever, you know what I mean? But at the same time, the system is the same one that's helped me fight cases for my daughter and win. Allowed me to, turn in paperwork that I had to turn in this or that, you know what I mean? It helped me out a lot throughout my life. And at the same time, it's the same system that wouldn't allow me to go get my motherfucking my unemployment from work and did this and did that. But it's the same system that allowed me to win cases from, like, I mean, like, I don't understand. Like, it's a crazy dynamic, it's a crazy up and down, and that's what you got to realize. You know, stop fighting against something that you're a part of. But when it's time for you to fight, when it's time for you to fight against something, you have to take that stand. Otherwise, that shit will consume you. If it's a fight that you had to take up that you never took up, that shit will consume you. Especially nowadays, because we live, the age of information has came and gone, right? We're in the future of information. We're in the future of the age of information, right? Right? Or is we in the middle of the age of? Either way, we're well within the age of information, right? The age where our parents and our grandparents didn't know too many things about how things work. They probably knew more than what we assumed they knew because they knew how to keep a fucking secret way better than we could. Because it was like dire consequences to keep certain secrets. Back in the day, if you didn't keep secrets back in the day, it was life or death situation. Nowadays you don't keep a secret, you just get beat up. I mean, it's still life or death, but you get jailed, this and that. But it was a life or death situation back in the day when grandparents was waking up, coming up and stuff like that. They knew how to keep a secret way more. But now in the days of in the times of information, basically it's like you might notice where somebody fucked over your parents or your grandparents in a way, and you might have to actually go and do some legal paperwork to make sure that situations get rectified for your parents. You might have to make sure legal situations get rectified for things that happened for your family in the past. That's what reparations is. Reparations is a group of people who decided that their ancestors were slaves, and they decided that they should get paid for the labor that their ancestors did back in the day. That's what reparations is. Well, I found out that government operations was fucking over my father, right? And in turn had that shit continue to my life and all of that shit. So I need reparations for them fucking over my life. I know a lot of people like to use the term black back in the day. They used to say, "Oh, the white man did it. The white man did it." Well, I actually got white people who I could attach to the problem that I'm having. So I'm not just saying the white man did it or the white woman did it, because I actually got names of the motherfuckers who perpetrators, and they perpetrated with my family and had them help do the dumb shit. Faggots. You know what I mean? You say whatever about me, but I'm gonna tell you like this. All my life I had these intuitions, these thoughts, and these feelings. You know what I mean? I held on to them, and the reason I never acted upon my intuitions, thoughts, and feelings is because people were family. I consider you loved ones and shit like that. You blood. You know what I mean? Who wants to sit up there and have a spout with a cousin or uncle or some shit like that when you think grandma going, you know what I mean, be pissed off at y'all? Like, come on. Grandma ain't going like that. Grandma not gonna want to see me fuck you up because you stole my shit. You my uncle. Grandma not gonna want to see us two cousins fighting over some petty dumb shit or whatever. Cause I mean, we family. But that's not the same sentiment with everybody. Everybody don't got that type of, morals and values or those type of that type of, respectful upbringing or whatever. Cutthroat motherfuckers. These is niggas I'm talking about. These is niggas. You know what I mean? These is strictly niggas I'm talking about. I don't give a fuck what color you are. You an ignorant nigga. You an ignorant motherfucker. You're deceitful, backsliding, devilish nigga. You know what I mean? And they have all faiths, religions, walks of life, and genders and all that shit. These is niggas I'm talking about right here. Seriously. Fuck all y'all, man. That shit crazy. Then the crazy thing about it is when they set you up, they make sure that, what's the term you like using? All the way around, right? That's the one the lady like using. All the way around. They set you up on your sibling side. They set you up on your friend's side. They know your friend's uncle and shit like that. I remember you had the posters in the joint. Like I don't remember my own homie uncle's little shit that he had going on. The poster from his little, I mean, come on. Come on. I'm not fucking stupid. Ain't nobody slow. Nobody slow. I've been knew that shit was a setup from the go, and I just followed along and just seen where this shit was going. Cause I ain't know, you know what I mean? But it's like, okay, I see. I understand. That's why we are. That's why I am where I am with everything. Can't trust nobody. Can't trust nobody. These women is the worst, and I love my women to death. That's a fucked up. Yeah, I mean Libra scale to be on right there. Where the pros is you love women a lot, and you know you need a woman in your corner, and you don't really trust no fucking man. Like who the fuck wants to? I like okay, I'm cool with my niggas, right? But at the same time, like you can't really a dude can't hold you and all that shit. Dude, like I want a woman to get close to somebody that I can have that yeah, I mean that got my back and I got hers and shit. And dudes is like, dude is a fucking dude. Like, come on, bro. Why I want that shit? You can bust it up with a nigga, but you don't really know this nigga. I don't got no niggas that I grew up with like that and I'm cool with. No more. No fucking more. So it's like, the fuck? You don't got nobody like that. You know what I mean? Then you got fucking vent these fucking females, man. These females, man. Vent these bitches that come into your life, man. Vent these bitches. They crazy. These bitches is crazy. And they come in all shapes, sizes, colors. They come with all types of fucking hairstyles. They come with all types of motives and agendas. They come with all types of mindsets and characteristics and personalities that you wouldn't fucking believe. And they got a whole gang of bullshit with them. And you can't tell none of them they wrong. You can't tell none of these females they wrong about nothing. You can't. Wherever they mind is, wherever they at, that's where they at. They might have a moment where they looking at you like, all right, well, yeah, you smart, you intelligent, this and that, but they always gonna try to get you off your square. They always gonna try to feed you some bullshit, especially if they not sure of the shit that they on. And they can be sure of the shit they on, and they just constantly on that same shit. It's like, all right, you sure about this shit, right? You 100% about it. Why do you keep being on the same fucking page? Why are you on the same shit all the time? Like, and that's what I just can't, like, for me, it's finding a woman who want the same things out of life that I want. And I'm not talking about the superficial things. I'm not talking about the superficial things. I'm talking about goals. I'm talking about values, morals, the way that you want to live your life. You know what I mean? The way you want to live your life, the things you want to do with your life. I don't want to do normal 9 to 5 job activity type shit with my life. I'm trying to create shit and craft shit in my life. I want to do music. I want to do artwork. I want to do this. I want to do that. You know what I mean? I'm trying to write books, all of that. I need a woman in that type of space. I need a woman who want the same things that I want in life. You know what I mean? And I just wanted to be trustworthy. Trustworthy. I don't want to come with no type of baggage. And I'm asking for a lot. I know because nobody is perfect. No man, I know shit. I'm not fucking perfect. I'm far from being perfect. But the problem is, finding that one. You know what I mean? You can't really find that one just, normally you find that one and they already off and got their life already. Shit, especially by now. So it's like, what the fuck? You know? Yeah. Shit, I like to sing. I want a woman who love to sing. You know what I mean? Yeah. You like it, I love it. That type shit. You know what I mean? I like to sing. I want a woman who love to sing. You know what I mean? I like, you know what I mean, being adventurous and going out on vacations and shit like going into nature and shit like that. I'm reserved. I'm more to myself. I want a woman that's more reserved than to herself. Don't share yourself with a bunch of niggas all the fucking time. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna be out here sharing myself. No, see, and that's another thing. You know what I mean? It's like that social, anti-social thing. It's like, yeah, you want a person to be sociable and all that, so that way you can have fun with this person. But at the same time, you don't want no person that's too sociable. Because then they showing everybody attention when they should just be fucking with you, right? Some women just don't know how to be fucking women no more. Plenty of women, I'm vibing with them and all that type of shit, and they like, come on, bro. I'm not with the nut shit. And to be honest with you, I'm starting to think it's intentional. I'm starting to think that, you know what I mean, pretty much this energy out here, this shared vibrational energy, this shared spiritual energy of feminism and masculinism, sorry if I got it wrong, is a shared thing. And I'm thinking that I keep running into women that's not an ideal mate for me or ideal fit for me because my counterpart just don't want me to ever find that woman. It's like I never find that fucking woman. I'll never have what I had with my counterpart in a short period of time with any other woman. And the thing about that is I don't know whether that was fabricated or made up or whether that was just her having a very high level of training to be able to manipulate me to thinking that we're in sync or not. But yeah, man, watch these women. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to call them, women, gals, ladies, fucking whatever you want to call them, man. Just watch them. Be careful, bro. That's the bell. Shit, it's 3 o'clock. About to be getting off this joint soon. I didn't even know I could actually cancel my recording from right here if I wanted to. So that's pretty dope. Oh, my name is Mark Pagan. Oh shit, hold on. Okay. All right. I was about to say some dumb shit after that long, amazing episode, after that long, amazing conversation. I don't even got a concept, the title for this episode. You know, if I could give anything, I would just say try to understand people more. Stop leaning. A lot of people just lean on their own understanding so fucking much. Please stop leaning on your understanding so fucking much. Oh my God. I'm burnt out with just hearing people lean on their own fucking understanding. Just be quiet and listen to somebody for once. Just be quiet and really absorb the information and interpret the information and then act on it. Don't even tell nobody, just act on it. Sometimes when we hearing messages from the creator, from whomever it is in our subconscious mind, it's not meant for nobody else. That's shit meant for you, for your own personal growth, for your own being, for your essence and soul to just to nourish you, right? That information is there to nourish you, to nourish your soul. That shit is food to your soul, man, to keep you going. And then you sit up there and try to share that shit with somebody and they fuck it up for you. Or they have said something fucked up about something that was said to you subconsciously. Something that you wasn't even supposed to share with nobody. And you shared that shit. And they fucked up your plate of what you was nourishing your soul with. Stop sharing so much with people, man. Fuck these niggas. Let them get that shit just like you had to get it. Get it out the bag. Get out the bag, bitch. Just like I had to get it out the fucking bag, bitch. Seriously. Fuck these people, man. And fuck you over, man. I don't even want to talk about my own personal situations and what I go through with motherfuckers on a daily basis on whatever it is. But yeah, man, it is what it is. Let me just stop. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just chill. You know, I'm gonna just chill. I'm gonna just stay to me. You know what I mean? All of us need to learn that too. We really, like, even when you're amongst other people, like, even when you're amongst other people, you still gotta stay with you. You know what I mean? You gotta stay grounded with you, who you are, or whatever. Because amongst other people, all they doing is observing you. They got one motherfucker who they constantly observing, who they constantly wait to see is going to do something or this or that. You know what I mean? And then when you leave, motherfuckers all chit chatting, just that. Like, come on, bro. Motherfuckers is weird. Motherfuckers is weird. And I know that shit go down because the motherfucker try to chit chat with me about somebody after they leave. And I don't do that shit. I don't feed into none of that nut ass. Oh, I'm gonna talk about this person while they gone and that nut ass. Nigga, yeah, you seen that motherfucker what he did right there? That motherfucking nasty shit. Like, come on, man. Say that to them while they right there, man. Don't spread that shit with me and then try to get me on board and then later on try to tell them, yeah, he's with that shit. He's talking shit about you. Like, come on, man. Niggas just got everything twisted and everything flipped. Everything twisted and everything flipped. Society's just mm, gossip girls. That's all you got out here. Niggas and bitches, gossip girl. It's crazy, man. Yeah. Anyway, that's been my episode of God Concept Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Pagan. Thank you for joining me. Please like, share, and subscribe. And join in the future for more episodes of God Concept Podcast. And you also could go through my library, the playlist, the God Concept Podcast channel playlist, and check out as many episodes as you want. You know what I mean? I got 4 seasons worth. You know what I mean? I'm slowly approaching the fifth season now. So yeah, there's plenty of content there. There's music there. You know, there's books and everything. So, the more I continue to grow and the more I, build my foundation, the more content I have available for you. I want to start doing interviews and everything on God Concept Podcast. Interviews that mean something. Interviews that actually mean something. So yeah. Thank you for joining me another episode of God Concept Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Pagan. Now, see you on the next episode. Peace. Yeah, what? I know.